Hello, my lovely trilobites and fossil fam. We are back with another Find the Dupe. Dun, dun, dun. But we have to go through the ingredients. Right off the bat, because I'm really OCD and whatnot, I have to, okay. So this is the Givenchy and this is the Moira. And what I noticed first, before going into the ingredients, this one is very scented. Like, this has a very strong perfumey scent. When it's on your face, you can't really smell it or anything, but I don't know, some high-end stuff just has that scent attached to it that annoys me greatly, might I say. This one is pretty much unscented. There's like no scent with the Moira one. Yeah, this one's completely like unscented. So in regards to that, I would prefer an unscented powder because this one is really strongly scented. So that right there tells me the ingredients are gonna be different in theory. I'm sure there's, yeah. This one has 3 colors, this one has 4. So we have to go through all of that as well. But in terms of this one is very finely milled, very finely milled, and very, very pigmented. This one is not as finely milled, and it seems to be a little bit drier. The Moira one is a little bit drier, but I also have extremely dry skin. And the Moira one leans a little bit warmer, and the Givenchy is a little bit cooler tone. I don't know if you can even see that on camera. It's very, very subtle. It's very subtle. But the Givenchy one is fine, like a finer mill, and it's not as dry. So if you have really oily skin, you might want a powder that is more dry. And I don't want that at all. But this is my hand is dry. There's no primer or anything like that. So if you have foundation and other things on, the dryness may not even make a difference. I wore tested and I didn't really notice anything from one side to the other. I think they wore pretty comparable, but it's also summer. If it was the, negative 20 outside and there's zero humidity and whatnot, this one might be just too drying for me. So you have to take in climate and other factors as well. Now let's get on to the ingredients, because that is why you are here. That's my evil scientist talk, which isn't good. Anyway, so I really like how Moira, they had powder A, B, and C, and they actually listed all the ingredients for all 3. And I thought that was nice. And then they even tell you like the lab it's made in, and it's made in Taiwan, which I thought was interesting, which is fine. And the Givenchy one is made in France. I know, because I Googled it, and I Googled the labs this time too. So that's pretty nifty. I'm not saying all the ingredients came from France. I'm saying the manufacturing of parts happened in France. Okay, so this was made in France, and that was made in Taiwan. And another difference I want to point out, okay, let me move this out of the way. Let's go through the ingredients. These are very, very different. The Moira ones, they're pretty much the same for A, B, and C. Their list is pretty much identical to themselves, except the only difference was the colors, which makes sense because they're different colors. So, there's that. The Givenchy one only had one list for all 4 powders. It didn't differentiate between all 4, so I thought that was kind of annoying, and they just put all the colors at the end in like one block. Like this color is the same in shade A for Moira. This color is in shade C and B of Moira. This color is in A, this color is in C, and then Givenchy obviously has colors that Moira didn't use, and Moira has 2 colors that Givenchy didn't use. So, which makes sense. The Moira one's a little bit more pink, and okay. But yeah, this one, Moira, does not have the perfume scent, and that's very distinct in this powder. It's very scented. However, I don't like the fact I'm pointing at colors and you can't even see what I'm pointing at. That's awesome for us. Okay. This right here, the CI 75470, that is basically a fancy way of saying carmine. Is usually derived from a part of a female bug found in the Amazon. So if you have itchy eyes or some eyeshadows that are like, if you have, it can cause a lot of eye irritation. Basically, carmine can cause a lot of eye irritation, swelling, itchy eyes. It can, a lot of people have carmine sensitivity. This is very, very common. So if you are one of those people that can't use a carmine-based eyeshadow, I don't know if you want to use this for an under-eye baking powder, because the carmine's probably going to get in your eyes. And it's also crushed up dead female bugs. So if you're, vegan, you might not want to inhale dead crushed bugs. But sometimes, I don't know where their carmine was. There's different types of carmine as well. So we can't make declarative statements as this is definitively that. I don't want to do that. Anyway, what was I saying? I don't know what I'm saying. There is an overlap. They are very talc based, silica based. I want to test the talc for asbestos, because where there's talc, there could be asbestos, and I like to check for asbestos, all 8 or 9 different kinds of it. There are multiple types of asbestos, so there's not just like NW. You have to test for, like, I think I test for 8 or 9 in the last one I did with the last powder round. As many as I can test for, basically. Sodium dihydroacetate is in both as well. But other than that, these ingredients are very, very different. And this one is extremely scented, but then this one contains carmine that you might have a reaction to. So it could go either way. But also the price points are different. This leans a little warm tone. This leans a little cool tone. This one's finely milled. So depending on your preferences, that is how that falls. So fragrance is a factor. Carmine is a factor. Asbestos in talc is a factor. And then the price point is obviously a factor here too. So they are not dupes. This is, we are officially labeling this not a dupe. Okay? This is not a dupe. Not. Negative. So I hope you enjoyed this. I was curious just to see what some of these are. I really want to start doing, okay, next up, I want to do the Charlotte Tilbury Puff Wand, one of those, and I want to compare it to the e.l.f. Puff Wand and then the Flower Beauty Puff Wand. You know what I mean? Those things with the puff on the ends that everyone's like, oh my God, it's a dupe because the packaging matches, but no one actually read the ingredients that I know of. Or if they did, I did not see it. I want to go through the ingredients on the Charlotte Tilbury one, the Flower Beauty one, and then the, is it the e.l.f. one? Yeah, I want to go through a few different of those and see if they are actually a formula dupe or if it's just, hey, the packaging looks similar. So that's what's up next on the dupe playlist. And thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe, and let me know which you would prefer in your powder. Would you prefer carmine and unscented, or super perfumed but with no carmine? No dead bugs. Crushed dead bugs. So let me know, like, which one would you pick based on those two? Because those are very make or break factors. So I'm curious to see what you guys would think, or if you've tried both of these. Did they work for you? Did they wear test the same for you? Maybe you have a different skin type than I do, so they are going to perform completely differently. Let me know, and I will see you in the next one. Bye. Ah! I hit my camera. Yerk.